Hi everyone, my name is M Stackhouse and welcome to today's video where we are going to cover 10 advantages of working with a financial advisor and or insurance professional on your financial plans. So let's dive in. Welcome back to the Stack Enterprises YouTube channel where we today are going to try to demystify the world of finance and insurance. We've got something today truly important to discuss. We're going to discuss the incredible advantages of working with a financial advisor and insurance agent or a combination of the two. I know managing finances and navigating the financial world of insurance can be a daunting task, but it really doesn't have to be. Whether you're planning for retirement, protecting your family, or growing wealth, having the right professionals by your side can make all the difference. First advantage of working with a financial advisor or insurance agent is going to be getting their industry knowledge and experience delivered to you. What I mean by that is insurance advisors and financial advisors are all going to have extensive product training that they're going to have to go through to talk about each of the products that they discuss with you. They're going to have licensing requirements in the state that they are in. Plus, they're also going to have ongoing continued education to make sure that they are up to speed with the world's regulations and the current environment that we're in with the products and services, again, that they are providing to clients. Now, if they are staying on top of financial trends and regulations, they should be sharing that information with you so you can make the most informed decision for yourself based on the products that are available, your financial goals, and your insurance needs. So those are all going to be a holistic plan. That's going to be the first advantage you would receive is having information directly from an advisor who is in the industry. They're going to be able to share their knowledge and their expertise with you. The second advantage you could receive in working with specifically a financial advisor in this case is that a financial plan is going to be built for each individual and their unique circumstance. Your financial goals are going to include anything pertaining to income and expenses, your investments and your saving strategies, debts, liabilities, and more. Customization of those plans is going to help with alignment of your risk tolerance, those financial goals that you want to discuss with somebody, and the time horizon that you have to work with somebody on those particular goals that you mentioned. In doing this, you're going to have extra flexibility, and you're going to have some adjustments that could be made with some financial planning software with an advisor like myself or anybody else out there that is providing financial services. They're going to be able to simulate lots and lots of scenarios that are going to be able to provide you more information. So again, you can make the best informed decision on what's going to be best for you and your family. Another advantage you could receive is peace of mind and potentially reduced stress. So professional guidance offers reassurance and confidence in the following ways. Most advisors are going to have to follow a fiduciary standard, which in short means that they cannot put their own interest above yours when you're working with them. So they have to give you the best advice possible based on your situation. You can rely on professionals to navigate any complex situations as well with their industry experience. So this can include risk mitigations, any education that you're looking for, and including monitoring and ongoing plans that you have for yourself and your financial future. It can improve the overall mental and emotional well-being of the individuals who work with the advisor. So again, I suggest you ought to reach out to an advisor to see if it is something that is going to be beneficial for you to work with them on. Another advantage is going to be understanding risk management and how to mitigate those risks. So, for example, insurance agents, they're going to assess personal risk and recommend the appropriate coverage based on your needs. This can be anywhere from looking at your home and auto insurance liability limits, your health insurance plans, whether you're under 65 or over 65, determining whether it makes sense to go with a short-term health plan or Obamacare or a Medicare plan if you're of the age and available to do so. Also, determining life insurance needs analysis is a big one that I see that a lot of individuals don't take into consideration. There's a lot of financial planning software that helps you determine how much life insurance you should have on your life and for how long. So whether you needed to consider a permanent policy or maybe just a term policy based on your current situation. There are also going to be other types of insurance policies out there, including hospital indemnity and accident policies and cancer policies that are going to help provide you an extra source of income in the event of an emergency. Managing those risks that I alluded to earlier with the homeowners and auto insurance, a morbid example would be is if you drove down the road and caused an accident for somebody, an insurance agent should be making sure that your liability limits are going to be appropriate based off of your financial plans and the risk that you have in driving your vehicle down the road and causing injuries to somebody. Also, the life insurance needs analysis that I mentioned a moment ago. Let's say, unfortunately, the breadwinner of the household has their life taken from them earlier than expected. A life insurance plan could offset the income need so that you can make sure the family is going to be able to have the financial goals fulfilled that they work on with the advisor in the beginning of this conversation. An advisor is also going to be able to help you with goal setting and monitoring those goals. So They can help you set clear and identifiable and even achievable goals, and they'll help you bring yourself back to reality to make sure that the life that you're planning for yourself is going to be in the realm of possibilities. This will help you create and establish a financial plan. They're going to regularly monitor those plans to see if there are any adjustments that need to be made. Now, most advisors do traditionally at least meet with clients once per year to complete an annual review to make sure everything's on track, but obviously, life is life and things happen as we go. So most advisors are going to be willing to meet with you whenever you have a life-changing event. So please take that into consideration whenever you are choosing an advisor to make sure they're going to be able to work with you when you need them to work with you. Working with a financial professional is also going to help with investment portfolio diversification. So diversification, in short, it's not putting all your eggs in one basket. So it's a strategy that involves spreading your assets across a variety of different investment classes, whether that's stocks, bonds, real estate, commodities, and other options out there. From diversifying your investment accounts, you're going to help overall reduce the risk of volatility inside of your account, and it's going to help offset any impacts that you would have negatively from a market downturn. So when you hold a diverse range of assets, again, not putting all your eggs in one basket, it's going to help offset the negative performance of maybe one asset class versus another in somebody's financial plan. This could lead to increased potential returns, but I can't promise that with any advisor. It's going to be, again, based off of their knowledge base, the financial condition of the world that we're in, the financial goals that you have, and the investments that you have chosen with that advisor. The seventh benefit you may receive is tax efficiency. This is a big one in my branch, at least. So advisors do like to optimize tax strategies to minimize tax liabilities. This can be done through determining which account types need to be used before, during, and after retirement planning. They're also going to help you determine the right vehicles to use, whether this is an after-tax account, an IRA, a Roth IRA, life insurance, real estate, whatever it is that is going to be the appropriate vehicle for you based on, again, the financial goals that you have, the comfort level with risk that you have, and the time horizons that you have in order to reach those financial goals. Also, advisors like myself, I work very closely with tax professionals. I would expect an advisor you work with to do the same, to make sure that the tax professional is aware of the financial plans that you have going on. Oftentimes, we find that tax professionals maybe were not aware of a situation that was going on, so you may be able to provide them some extra credits or deductions that maybe they didn't think were applicable to that client because they didn't have the whole picture drawn out on one big screen per se. So that is, again, another advantage you would receive from working with a financial professional, especially one that has a tax background, to make sure that you're making the best decisions for tax sake, because it's not what you make, it's what you keep at the end of the day. Behavioral coaching is another advantage you receive from working with a financial advisor. So I know market volatility leads to emotional decisions with the general population. With that being said, an advisor is going to be there to help you from making impulse decisions that could harm your financial future by jumping in and out of the market or making a risky investment bet that maybe you shouldn't be doing based off of, again, the advisor's understanding of your overall financial goals, your time horizon, and your comfort level with risk. Advisors should be there to help you make disciplined, informed, rational decisions with your investment accounts, insurance products, and your financial future. Another variable people are not quite aware of is different advisors have different products that they can provide you. So, for example, a financial advisor, they normally are going to be partnered up with a custodian and or a broker dealer. They're going to be able to offer the services that are available through those relationships that the advisor has with those custodians and broker dealers, and that's it. Other advisors may have different custodians and different broker dealers, which may offer different investment strategies or options to a consumer. From an insurance agent perspective, if you're thinking about home and auto insurance or life insurance or annuities or long-term care, the advisor that you're talking to, they're going to have relationships or partnerships with the insurance carrier that they are appointed to sell to clients. With that being said, different insurance companies offer different insurance products. So make sure you're doing your due diligence to make sure that you are having multiple options in the area of service that you are requesting from an advisor or an insurance agent. But again, you're going to have access to maybe exclusive products that, again, not every advisor has. So make sure you do your homework, maybe have a conversation with more than one advisor to make sure that the best plans are going to be available to you based on your needs. Time saving is probably the biggest variable or the biggest advantage that you could receive from working with an advisor. I've broken down a list here of what it takes me approximately to do these services for clients. So if you're building out a financial plan or at least a rough draft, it might take anywhere from 2 to 4 hours to put one together for a prospective or current client. Portfolio creation and risk assessment, that could take anywhere from 1 to 3 hours depending on how complex the situation is. Insurance needs analysis, this is across the board, so it could range. My 3 to 5 hour assumption is probably a low ball. And if you think about all the different types of insurance that is available to a client, whether you're talking home and auto, life and annuities, long-term care, Medicare planning, health insurance planning, travel insurance, there's a lot of different types of insurance products out there that might be useful to the individual that the insurance agent is working with or the financial advisor in that unique situation. Tax planning. So I mentioned earlier, you might want your financial advisor to be in cahoots with your tax professional. That is something that could save you another couple hours of time trying to figure out not only what you need to be doing today, but what you need to be doing in the future, and to pass on a legacy. What are you going to, it's not what you make, it's what you keep at the end of the day. So tax planning probably could take more than a couple hours as well. I just wanted to give a general range of what my expectation is when working with a client on these subjects and what the time required to complete the task is. And estate planning. So estate planning, think about when you're not here. So after we've made all these financial plans and you made it to your date of death, what do you want to happen after your assets are gone? Do you want it to go to your kids? Do you want it to go to a charity? Do you want it to go to a church? Whatever it may be, it could take a couple extra hours of working with an advisor or an attorney on this subject to make sure that your assets are passed appropriately at your death. Now, the individuals that are most going to benefit from having the time saving is going to be mainly business owners or families, because the more time you save equals more time with the business that you can work on the business and spending time with the family, which for most individuals tends to be more important than figuring out their financial situation. Well, that's going to be the end of today's video. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey as we discuss the world of financial wisdom. If you found this video to be useful, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell if you would like to be notified every time we post a video. Right now, I'm posting 1 time per week. It's probably going to increase. I know I've mentioned that in a couple videos now. I think I'm going to ramp it up to probably 2 times a week so I can cover more topics. Speaking of that, if you had suggestions or other topics that you would like for me to discuss in depth further, I'm happy to help. Please leave a comment in the sections, or please leave me a request in the comments below, and I am happy to start tallying up those requests so I can figure out what advice is going to be best to provide to my subscribers. Until next time, take care, stay financially savvy, and keep building that bright financial future. See you in the next video.